Beijing not only has modern high-rise buildings, but also ancient villages with few people. These villages are usually eerily quiet. Today, I will take you to a few ancient villages that only old Beijing people know. Chuandixia village is located in Menchigui district, Beijing. It's 90 kilometers from Beijing with an altitude of 650 meters. The village covers an area of 5.33 square kilometers. The village is built on the mountain and temples with high and low buildings. It is said that all the villagers and their children have the surname Han. It is said that in the Ming Dynasty 500 years ago, moved from Hongdong County, Shaanxi Province, and established the village at the county seat. The ancient village is divided into upper and lower platforms, centered on Longshu Mountain, displaying a set of radial fan-shaped buildings. The buildings are distributed rigorously and orderly changes. There are 74 sets of houses with 689 rooms. The streets and alleys of Chuandixia village are paved with blue stone, purple slate, and other stones, which are strong and beautiful. After hundreds of years of people coming and going, the stones have been polished to a shine and very smooth. Walking on the up you should be extra careful on the stone roads on slopes. The ruins left by the changes of ancient villages, murals and slogans left in different eras, and ancient wells, ancient temples, and so on. All these make people feel the vicissitudes of history. Entering one courtyard after another, and walking in the streets and alleys, it feels like walking through the yesterday of history. I feel like strolling leisurely and enjoying myself along the stone roads in the village to visit the houses. From top to bottom, from east to west, I walk through every alley and every house. The ancient village is preserved and well maintained. Chuandixia village is mainly populated by Han, with a registered population of 102 and 98 permanent residents. It receives 100,000 domestic and foreign tourists. Tourism revenue accounts for 95% of the village's total income. The per capita net income is close to 20,000 yuan. For the convenience of tourism, many folk inns have been developed in the streets and alleys. Some are renovated based on the original ancient houses, while others are newly built in imitation of ancient houses. The folk inn has complete supporting facilities and clean. People who live and work in big cities all year round, if they have free time, come to the ancient village for 3 or 2 days. Experience the local customs, enjoy the tranquility and simplicity of the paradise. It's also a good choice. There are many quadrangles in the village. Compared with the quadrangles in the capital, have similarities, but also differences. The same is the size of the main room and wing rooms, and the location of the central axis of the gatehouse, which are completely regulated by feng shui. The craftsmanship also emphasizes dry grinding and fine grinding bricks and aligning seams. The difference is that the east and west wing rooms are set back to reduce the land area. There is no hanging flower gate, but a 3-room and 5-peak hole to improve the land utilization rate. The window lattice of doors and windows are rich in changes, such as gongzi brocade, lantern brocade, square brocade, turtle bark brocade, and star brocade. The foundation is built with stone slabs with many and different carved patterns. There are large squares, diagonal squares, and water flowers, Christian carp, and so on. there is a well-preserved rich man's compound, also known as Guangyang Courtyard. It's located on the central axis of the village, the highest point. The courtyard has 2 entrances, with 3 spans in the east, west, and middle, forming a large quadrangle with 45 rooms in total. On the south slope of Chuandixia village, there is a Nanyang temple, which worships the goddess of heaven. Tiangshan Nvchu is the protector of women and children. People believe that she has infinite power and omnipotent, and she answers every prayer, so it is very popular in Beijing area. Chuandixia village has the custom of turning the empress. It's rotated by the village leaders at home. Each family hosts for 1 year. The courtyard house in Condixia village, the south wall of the east wing in the front yard, and the south wall of the east wing in the backyard. Build a 3 shadow wall. The screen wall is very beautiful. Each screen wall has a hut, with a top, a middle, and a base. Each courtyard screen wall are different, but they are all made with exquisite material, exquisite workmanship, and beautifully decorated. The main function of the screen wall is to show wealth, ward off evil spirits, and welcome good luck. Before we knew it, it was lunchtime. Because it's not the weekend, there were very few tourists, so we found the farmer's yard to have lunch.
你好，
这是外边
吃饭住宿啊。
哦。
We looked at the menu. We ordered a local iron pot stewed fish, a fried wild vegetable bot, and a scallion pancake from the farmhouse. These are not expensive. It cost 80 yuan, about $11. We slowly savored the dishes and tea, enjoying the slow life in this paradise.
红烧的，呵，烫手的。这是当地的垮炖鱼，就是用当地的鲤鱼，然后呢，用农家的做法。
葱花饼。
Yes.
现烙的。这豆腐呢是
Is the local brine
当地
春
的
腐
卤水豆腐。
味道真的不错。
Yes.
你也这我说不太明白，你也
会饮水之前
芽是干啥的？
花椒芽，
花椒芽，你
In the
开春
spring.
的时候，把这个花椒长成那么大小芽的时候，把它揪下来，然后就可以炸着吃。然后储存到现在呢，就
In the
是在开春
spring.
的时候，把它用热水稍微焯一下，然后给它冷冻起来，再拿出来就。
It's just like in spring.
外边和上淀粉糊糊，用热油一炸，
Yeah.
就跟那个吃那炸野菜似的，
Yeah.
口齿留香。
The ancient village at the foot of the mountain is a pearl of Chinese classical architectural treasure. It embodies the profound cultural connotation of northern architecture, in terms of its historical, cultural, and artistic value. Not only in Beijing, but also in the whole of China, it is precious. It's a great public service. After lunch, we drove to Lingshui village. "120 meters ahead on the left. With many cultural relics and historic sites, many scholars have appeared in this village. Zhou Ren, after taking the provincial level imperial examination and the chief fame, equivalent to adopted today, which is very remarkable. Therefore, Lingshui village is called Zhou Ren village. People who have achieved fame in the village have emerged. People say Ling Shui produced scholars in ancient times, students in modern times, and modern celebrities. Among them, the Ming and Qing dynasties were the most prosperous, forming a unique cultural phenomenon. Ling Shui has only over 200 households, but it has always had a respect for culture. 20. True scholars. True Jinshi. In the early Republic of China, 6 graduated from Yanjing University in Beijing, which is not a famous Peking university. Although it is a relatively closed mountain village, its cultural heritage is so profound, which is indeed commendable. It is this kind of cultural identity makes Ling Shui village quite elegant and full of vitality. The ancestors of Ling Shui chose the site to build the village. The village is built along the spring in the mountains, and water flows around the village, which constitutes a natural style of harmony between man and nature. The ancient dwellings in Ling Shui village. It is a model of rural dwellings. Rural residential buildings in the Ming and Qing dynasties. The original appearance is well preserved. There are over 20 Ming dynasty houses and over 100 Qing dynasty houses. There are 3 stone streets in front and behind the village. The houses are stacked together. The ancient houses are well arranged. The well-preserved scholar's mansion is elegant and exquisite. The building is made of bricks and tiles. The layout of the blue bricks and grey tiles is reasonable. The gate tower, screen wall, and stone steps are all there. The stone carvings and paintings, reflecting the profound cultural connotation. Following the signs. To find by Basha Yu, one of Ling Shui's 8 scenic spots. In the Nanhai Fire Dragon King Temple. 2 ancient cypresses in the Jin dynasty are shocking. The ancient cypress on the east side embraces an elm tree. In the west, in the tree hole, there grows a mulberry tree 20 centimeters thick. The couple trees have been together for thousands of years. Mulberry and elm trees represent the ancients' wisdom, and still enjoy 100 years of life. The sunlight shines through the branches and casts mottled shadows. I seem to see the scholars at that time, reciting poems and writing here. These 2 trees over 1,000 years old, growing in the Huan Longwang Temple. Whether they were planted by the monks at that time, were the mulberry and elm trees artificially grafted? Is it possible to graft and breed such trees? These are all mysteries that confuse future generations. They are 2 of the 8 scenic spots in Ling Shui village, and 2 of the ancient cypress wonders in Beijing. Changxi has the Nanhai Fire Dragon King Temple, Taiyantian Goddess Temple, Guanyanhou, Yilan Temple. These 4 temples are closely adjacent. The Nanhai Fire Dragon King Temple is in the center. It is said to have been built in the Jin dynasty in the 15th year of Beijing in Ming dynasty and rebuilt in 1536. There were 17 temples in Ling Shui village, including 2 Buddhist temples. 2 Confucian temples. The remaining 13 are Taoist and folk temples. This phenomenon of Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism coexist in one place is not uncommon in Chinese countryside. But what is rare is that so many temples were built in one village. It shows the villagers' piety towards religious beliefs and tolerance for various cultures. We followed the signs to find Ling Shui village. There is a small hill in the north of the village, named Beijing. There is a 1,000-year-old cypress at the pass. Its canopy is flat, with branches and twigs and lush leaves, like a canopy, standing proudly. It is called Jingshi Ganoderma by the locals. It is a national first-class ancient tree. When you look up at the ancient cypress, the canopy of the tree is like a canopy, and the branches are beautiful to the point of breathlessness. Due to the years of creation, is the same as the appearance of real Ganoderma. It is said that touching it will bring good luck, and you can pass the imperial examination. Although most of the temples in Lingshui village have disappeared, but the existing Lingquan Temple, Nanhai Fire Dragon King Temple, Tiantian Goddess Temple and other ruins still remind people of the past, but also the smoke curling up and the lively atmosphere of pilgrims. Lingshui village is not only precious for its Ming and Qing buildings, but also the 800-year-old cultural heritage. When the twilight turns the lotus peak red, the ancient village is like a slowly closing book, and we are just passing by, leaving only a faint finger mark